Right, Rudy, picture this. You're at the grocery store, right? At least a third of everyone you see is in leggings, runners, or some kind of track top. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but not by much. The numbers are bonkers. Activewear and athleisure hit $431 billion in 2024. That's not even including the classic sports performance gear, which is sitting at over $200 billion. Combined, we're talking nearly a third of all gear people wear, period. People aren't just dressing like they're going to the gym. They're signalling, hey, look, I'm about wellness, balance, and comfort. Thank you very much. It's runway to home office, Paris to your local cafe. We're living in sports apparel like it's a second skin.
True, Regine. And here in Melbourne, it's wild. I swear, I'm seeing folks in law firms turn up in Yeezys or branded logo hoodies for their 10 a.m. strategy meeting. What's a suit and tie? Suddenly, those boundaries between looking professional and being comfortable have just blurred. It's that mix of work and wellness, authenticity, maybe even confidence, sport, business, lifestyle, all mashed up together.
It's funny. I used to think performance sportswear was just for athletes. Now it's literally a fashion statement. Yes, I take meetings in my yoga pants. It's not even a joke anymore.
For sure. I mean, it wasn't like this everywhere 5 or 10 years ago, but now it's massive. People want to project a mindset, almost an identity through what they're wearing. Sort of like, I move, I care about health, but I'm also practical and stylish. Speaking of stylish, the boundary between sport and everyday life is basically gone now. Performance wear is fashion, comfort, flexibility, and a bit of that athletic edge. That's the global dress code, right?
Oh, totally. Think back to Adidas and Gucci's 2022 collab. The second those 3-stripe tracksuits dropped with Gucci's spin, the world went bananas, sold out almost right away, and Instagram feeds were flooded. That kind of partnership just proves performance and prestige aren't opposites anymore. They're practically best mates.
Exactly. It's not just for big-name athletes or designers either. Bit random, but my cousin plays in a small jazz band, and they've adopted track jackets as their gig uniform. Makes sense, though. You gotta move, but you want to look fresh, too.
I love that. It reminds me of my old improv troupe. We performed in matching tracksuits. Not only could we, leap into a bad cartwheel if we had to, but we also looked like a team. And honestly, that bit of sport fashion, audience absolutely loved it. It's everywhere, this crossover. Not just sport meeting fashion, but expressing whatever tribe you feel part of. Now, look, you can't talk sportswear in 2024 without talking sustainability. I mean, what's this made from? And where does it go when I wear it out? Are the opening lines with Gen Z. Brands can't sell without showing their eco plan, proper transparency, all of that. It's gone from being a nice to have to, basically non-negotiable.
Definitely. Here's what's interesting. Adidas, for example, they rolled out that Made to Be Remade program where you return your worn shoes or clothes, they grind them down and build them into something new. It's not just look at us, we care. There's a full digital sign-up, real logistics, circularity baked into the product experience. That's a big shift from a PR box to something you actually participate in as a consumer.
Yeah. And every uni student I talk to now asks brands these tough questions. Do you walk the talk, or is it just greenwashing? They want to see recycling plans and be wooed with evidence, not just buzzy claims, right? It's kind of refreshing, not letting brands off the hook anymore.
It is. There's pressure from everywhere, regulators, investors, but really, it's everyday people who are driving brands to move past the basics. Environmental action's a design principle now, not just a slogan. Let's shift gears. Digital's totally flipped the game for sportswear brands. Selling online isn't new, but now it's about entire ecosystems. Nike, perfect example. Their digital suite, SNKRS, Run Club, The Lot, drives a full quarter of global revenue and creates these virtual communities. It's not just transactions, but data, storytelling, loyalty.
Nike seriously hooks you in. I mean, confession time. I'll double check my running stats 2-3 times a day just to see if I've inched up the leaderboard or unlocked some new badge. Their apps actually give you feedback, little nudges, coaching tips. It's addictive, in a good way. All tailored, all about creating these friend-like digital relationships. They really make you feel like you belong to a club, whether you're a serious runner or just hobby jogging around the park.
Yeah, and well, we talked about this back in our episode on Fan Engagement 3.0. Remember, it's about community, not just product now. Brands aren't just selling, they're building digital worlds you want to hang out in. That's a huge leap from catalog days.
Totally. And, well, sometimes the virtual pep talks are the only thing that gets me lacing up. It's weird, but you end up internalizing those coaching messages. They know how to keep people loyal, digitally and emotionally. Okay, quick numbers check. Performance wear is still growing strong, about 4% each year, but the lifestyle, athleisure side, nearly 10% growth annually. That's where you see the real boom. People now buy sports-inspired clothes more to express discipline, optimism, maybe a bit of look at my life balance, than to actually, run a marathon.
Lululemon's fascinating here. 5 years ago, they were all about women and yoga. Now, their men's lines, not just shorts and tees, but things like License to Train, make up over 25% of sales. They're filling boardrooms with joggers, not just gyms with tights. As a sports manager, I see club admins turning up for strategy days in full Lululemon kit, and nobody blinks an eye. It's normal now, that sports office lifestyle blur.
It's like you're joining a movement every time you put it on. You feel part of something bigger. I can't decide if it's genius marketing or just, evidence that we're all working from coffee shops now.
Yeah, and actually, hybrid positioning's the new battleground. Be credible enough for sport, but aspirational enough for daily life. Perform for trust, but sell with emotion. That's the trick.
That brings me to my favourite theme. Community, cultural authenticity, all the warm and fuzzy stuff. We're moving away from buy the brand, buy the logo. People want real connection now. Look at On Running. Their whole thing is grassroots, local run clubs, letting everyday runners share stories on the Dream On platform. They built up to a $2.3 billion brand with this approach. It's not a side hustle. It's the heart of what they do.
I feel that. It's almost like we're all so bombarded by ads that unless you feel part of a community, you tune out the noise. Even club sports, people stay because it feels like family, not because of gear, right?
Bingo. Little improv tangent. Remember my tracksuit story? Our audience kept coming because they liked being part of our weird, energetic gang. Same with brands. You join for the laughs or the look, but you stay for the culture, the sense of belonging. Authenticity's the name of the game now.
Couldn't agree more. Purpose-led branding beats product-first campaigns every time, especially for loyalty. The emotional side, feeling seen, included, that's what drives growth. So, wrapping it up, today's sports apparel doesn't just kit out athletes. It's about technical innovation and meaning, credibility and connection. The brands that get this balance, say combining science and story, are the ones leading the pack. My students actually pick which brand to wear based on whether it feels like they're joining a movement. And yeah, bit cliche, they want to be part of something, both literally, as in, I'm running with this club, and metaphorically, I stand for this vibe or set of values.
And it's such a radical shift from 5-10 years ago. Movement, wellness, belonging. It's less, I'm just an athlete, and more, this is my identity. If you're a sport marketer now, it's not just about new shoes or hoodies, is it? It's about bridging those worlds, innovating, but also building real community.
So that's a wrap for today's episode. Sportswear's everywhere. It's performance, it's culture. It's absolutely here to stay. Until, who knows, we're all in spacesuits. Anyway, Regine, always a pleasure riffing with you.
Back at ya. Can't wait to see what movement or next big trend we uncover next week. Take care, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Catch you next time.